My name's Lisa Hannibal and I'm the Volunteering Support Officer for Action Together Tameside. Today I am joined by Emma Golden from the Tameside Women and their Family Centre. Has joined us today to talk about volunteering and how you can become a volunteer with the centre and support the work that they do. Hi Emma.
Hi Lisa, you okay?
I am okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us. So, can you tell us a little bit more about the centre and the work that you do there?
Of course. We're based at Cavendish Mill in Ashton-under-Lyne. Now, the only criteria to access our service is that you have to be a woman residing in Tameside. The main areas of support that we do, we focus on victims of domestic abuse, people that are suffering from substance misuse and mental health issues as well. We also aim to contribute to reduce reoffending as well. So we ensure that women complete their community orders and licences as well. So I think the overall aim of the centre really is to develop better health and wellbeing for the women really, and help them to move forward from trauma, help them to live more independently really. At the centre we do a range of support really. So at the centre we've got a lot of group sessions running. Now them groups vary really. So we have groups based on self-esteem, confidence building. We have our Life After Violence and Abuse group as well that really focuses on getting to know healthy relationships, the warning signs, etc. And then we do parenting support, and we have our substance and drug peer support group as well. Aside from the group support sessions, we also do one-to-one work with the ladies as well. Now that can be just focusing on the needs really and addressing them needs and helping them to move further forward, and also liaising with partner agencies on their behalf as well. So it might involve working closely with children's social care, CGL, Change Grow Live organisation in Tameside, Bridges, mental health organisations. So we work closely in partnership really with them services to be really deliver that holistic support to the ladies as well. So we're a small team really. There's only a couple of members of staff in the office. So we do rely on our volunteers heavily. They are a massive part of the centre. And I mean, obviously you'll ask me further down the line, but there's lots of opportunities for volunteers depending on really what area they want to focus on going forward really.
Okay, so small team, but you do a lot of work then.
Yeah, very, very busy. It's a really busy centre. Obviously, you know, we've had to change the way we work at the minute due to COVID. But we've done really well, really. We've still managed to keep the service going. All of our group sessions, we've managed to keep going. We've run them all via WhatsApp using FaceTime. Some women, I think, have actually engaged better than they would do. If it was just a face-to-face group support session, they found it easier to engage with that. So that's been something I think we'll definitely utilise going forward, regardless of COVID or not. So we are a really busy centre and we do a lot here. I mean, when the centre is up and running as normal, we have a creche here as well. So if the women do come and access the support here, then they can get that respite as well a little bit if needed. And like I said, when the centre isn't up and running, we do try and put a hot meal on for women and families as well. So so we do a lot. We're very, very busy.
Brilliant. So if a woman wanted to access the support that you offer, do they need to get a referral from a GP or another support agency?
No, they can self-refer into our service, or they can be referred via another agency. So we have a referral form for other agencies that they can fill in. But if you want to self-refer into our service, then then all we need to do is carry out a brief assessment with the client. It's not a lengthy assessment as such. It is just a case of establishing their needs really, and how we can help them going forward, and what support plan we can put in place for them. So it is easy to access. There doesn't necessarily need to be an agency referral. They can self-refer. And we do have women as well presenting here in crisis as well. So they can just turn up and they will get that support if they need to.
Right, okay, that's good to know. Where are you based? Where is the centre?
It's Cavendish Mill in Ashton-under-Lyne, which is just on Bank Street. So it is just opposite the big Asda in Ashton. So we are pretty central. At the minute, just due to COVID, our building isn't open as such. But if it is needed, we are carrying out one-to-one appointments. So we can book them in. As long as people are not displaying symptoms, etc., they can come into the building and get that one-to-one support if needed.
Okay. And what days and times would you normally be open?
So we're in Monday to Friday, and there's somebody in Monday to Friday, and the usual working hours are 9 till 5. There is somebody usually in the office from 8 o'clock. But yeah, we close at 5 o'clock, so we don't do after hours as such.
Okay. Right, okay then. So, anybody that's listening that might be interested in supporting the centre as a volunteer, what kind of volunteer opportunities have you got on offer?
Okay, so we've got quite a few different opportunities really here at the centre, depending on, I suppose, what it is you're interested in and what direction you want to go in. So we have admin roles available. So I mentioned earlier on that we do brief assessments with all our clients that come into the service. So this is something that potentially volunteers could help assist us with, because obviously that's kind of a massive area really for us. And, you know, if we can get volunteers to do that, then it kind of frees us up to do some of the one-to-one support more. So yeah, we have admin roles available. They can do the brief assessments with the clients, which is a really good way really of learning how to liaise with the client, learning how to ask certain questions and get some information. And we also have admin roles such as printing, photocopying, putting training packs together if needed for our group sessions, and just answering phones, relaying messages to members of staff, which is obviously, you know, a good skill to kind of boost confidence and self-esteem if needed. Other roles we have general duties around the centre. So, you know, we do get some volunteers that just want to come in and maybe help us with donations. We get a lot of donations given to the centre. So we always need people to come in and help sort clothes out, bag them up, put them, you know, in age ranges, etc. And we have some volunteers that help come in and get all the rooms ready, cleaning duties, etc. If you wanted a more specialised, I suppose, role at the centre, we do have opportunities for peer support as well. So obviously we run a lot of groups at the centre. And there's opportunities for volunteers to actually assist with them groups as well, so they can actually work with the group facilitator, learning how to put that group together, also learning how to deliver some activities to the session as well, which obviously is another great skill to learn as well. And again, if you want to, you can work towards doing some one-to-one support yourself as well. I mean, obviously that would involve a lot more training and a little bit of time to get to, but it is a possibility. We have had volunteers that have done that for us in the past. So one-to-one support in the sense of giving some emotional support to the client that needs it, advocating on their behalf with different services, getting to know different services in the area and what they do. So when I say there's quite a lot of opportunities here at the centre, there really is. It just depends, I suppose, on what area you want to go in and what sort of thing you want to do.
Right, okay. So yeah, loads of opportunities there. So it's definitely
Yeah,
worth getting in contact, isn't it? And having a chat if you're interested in helping out at the centre.
and like you might start doing one thing and then you might, fancy something else. So, there's that flexibility as well. You don't just have to stay doing the same thing, you can develop when you're here as well.
Excellent. You mentioned earlier training.
Yeah.
So what sort of training do you have on offer?
So when our volunteers are recruited as part of their induction period, so to say, we would aim to put them through a 2-day training course. So on that training course, we cover things such as data protection, confidentiality. We do some work around safeguarding as well, what to do if a safeguarding issue arises. We do domestic abuse awareness as well. So that's a 2-day training session that we do. We also aim to put them through conflict management training if needed. And we also have the Women's Alliance coming in as well and offering training sessions to us. Obviously, I've been a little bit quiet on the training front just due to COVID, but as the roadmap eases, we hope that that will get going again. So a few of our volunteers have done different training courses around substance misuse, domestic abuse. So there is opportunities there. And obviously, if you are volunteering with our service, you can go onto the Tameside Children's Safeguarding Board and access their training courses for free as well. And they do some great courses, really do, for volunteers and professionals. So that's something that we can bear in mind as well. Separate from the training, as part of the development and I suppose well-being, we do supervisions with our volunteers on a monthly basis. So that is a bit of a check-in with myself, just to check that they're okay, that they're enjoying the work that they're doing, they're getting out of it what they want to get out of it, and also to discuss the development going forward, really. What they want to do, if they want to get involved in something else, how we can make that happen. Because volunteering is about them, really. It is about them getting out of it what they need to get out of it. So it's important that we're focusing on that and really doing everything we can to do that. So we do offer quite a bit in terms of training and supervision, etc.
Okay, that's good to know. So from point of view of the volunteer, people that get in contact with us and they say, I'm at your college, I'm at university, I'm studying a specific subject. I think that that would benefit this organisation, or I need to get some experience under my belt to complement my course. And then on the flip side, you have people that might have personal experience.
Yeah.
They might have accessed services like yours themselves. They want to use that personal experience to help others.
Yeah.
It's all different types of volunteers, isn't it? You don't have to have endless qualifications and huge amounts of experience, do you, to volunteer? What would be the ideal type of volunteer for the Women's Centre?
I think for me, having a volunteer team is about making sure that we have lots of individuals really that bring different things to the table. I think that's what makes a good team. So I think for me, as long as that volunteer is committed and is dedicated to the role and is willing to put in, dedication and commitment, then that's the main thing that I'm looking for, really. I think, it doesn't matter to me whether they've got life experience or whether they're just wanting to get some experience for maybe career progression. It doesn't matter. I think as long as you've got that dedication and commitment to volunteering and you know what you want to get out of it, then we can work with that. And like I said, I think the good thing about volunteers is that, they're bringing something different to the table. And I think a good team That's what makes a good team, you know, individuality and different skills and qualities. So there's nothing particular that we look for. It is commitment and dedication, really. And I suppose in the line of work we do, it's important that they're coming with a non-judgmental attitude as well. That's one thing that I would say. Them are the main three things, I think.
Yeah, what I'm finding when I'm speaking to people about this centre in particular is it's women wanting to support other women, you know, because they care, and they want to help people. So in terms of commitment, what sort of, you know, how many hours per week would a volunteer be expected to donate?
So usually we would ask for about 4 hours per week. Obviously, you know, we base it on an individual need, you know, and we can be flexible, but it usually would be about 4 hours per week. So yeah, nothing more than that. Obviously, they can give as much time as they want. You know, the more time that we can get, the better. They can do every day if they wanted to. It's entirely up to them. But usually the minimum is about 4 hours per week. That's what we usually say.
Right, okay, that's good. So everything that you've discussed today, all the opportunities that you've mentioned, I'll make sure that they're all listed on the Action Together website and in our e-bulletins for people to have a look on there and have a read following this. And if anybody's interested in any of the volunteer roles, they can get in touch with me, and I will forward your information on to Emma. Following from that, what can the volunteers expect? What's the application process?
So our application process, there is a brief application that we ask them to fill in. It's not a lengthy application at all. And by all means, if you need assistance with that, then we can provide that help and support to do that. If they decide to pursue with the volunteer opportunity, then all of our volunteers do need to be DBS checked as well, which is an enhanced police check. Obviously, because we deal with vulnerable adults and children, that is a requirement for our service. When I say that, you know, I mean, obviously bear in mind, if you have got a criminal conviction, it's not necessarily a no. You know, that doesn't necessarily matter. We do discuss it on an individual basis. So as long as somebody is open and honest with us, then we can have that chat and see, you know, if it's possible to move forward with that. So please don't be put off with that, because, you know, that doesn't mean to say it's an outright no by all means.
No, and then in some respects, having a record and that experience might be beneficial to, you know, supporting another person.
Absolutely, it's about, you know, life experience at the end of the day. So if there was a flag on the DBS for any reason, all that would mean is that you would have a meeting with our HR department, with myself present, and we would just have a little chat about it. You know, an informal chat, nothing to worry about, but just chat about it and just discuss it, you know, and see how we move forward with it. So certainly don't be put off by that at all.
No, and if anybody's got any questions about any part of what we've discussed today, any concerns or worries, anything that they want to clarify before expressing an interest in any of the roles, get in touch, ask the questions. We're here to help, and you can contact me at Action Together, or you can contact Emma, whatever suits. That's been really helpful, Emma. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yes, if anybody is interested in volunteering with the Tameside Women and Their Families Centre that is based in Ashton, you can have a look on our website, and all the information will be on there, or you can get in contact with me, Lisa Hannibal, the Volunteering Support Officer with Action Together Tameside, and we'll link you with this charity. Okay, thank you for your time, Emma.
Brilliant, thank you.